And there are a lot of different pieces of evidence that we've just mentioned that are exhibits that this jury gets to consider. So let's, if we could, because you mentioned it, I'm hopeful we can get the picture back up of the taser and the gun, because we know that the prosecution indicated in an opening statement that she should be held first-degree liable, responsible criminally because of her use of the gun instead of the taser, that she should have known if she intended to use the taser that she would have used the taser, but instead she shot with a gun. Her defense is it was a mistake. I didn't mean to. And so therefore, while there may be some criminal liability, not to find her guilty of first degree. So there's the picture, different colors. I think that we're going to hear from experts, although we haven't heard from them yet, different weights, where you hold them on your belt, how you take them out of your belt. These are all the training issues, right? And the differences between the two that experts are going to testify about. We expect from each side to try to really paint the picture for each respective story, whether it's the prosecution or the defense. So how important is that? The picture of the differences between the taser and the gun that the jury gets to see.
I think it's of critical importance. If someone is using a firearm, they are responsible for using it safely. And that's where the first-degree manslaughter charge comes in, that she was recklessly using that firearm by holding it to pointed at Dante Wright's chest in a situation where deadly force wasn't used. I mean, neither one weighs a lot. I was surprised in opening statement. I mean, even the Glock only weighs a little bit over 2 pounds, so it's not heavy. But look at them. I mean, they just look different. And then you have the situation where, as they said in the opening statement, not only are they supposed to know right from wrong, they're supposed to know right from left. And these are placed on different sides of the body. And Officer Potter has had that taser in that draw mode on the left side of her body for 26 years as a police officer. So how is it reasonable that she confused? And when you get to the use of force continuum, I mean, it really does boil down to, is it objectively reasonable for that officer to have used that degree of force? And in this instance, the fact that they designed the taser to look so different from a firearm will be used effectively, I think, by the prosecution and their experts to show that it was unreasonable for Officer Potter to have jumped to the use of deadly force in the way in which he did, in kind of a panic mode, instead of being a police officer and taking more control of the situation. You're not just a civilian. You're a trained police officer. You've got to react better in those situations.